I actually need to go ahead and scan this thing in. I've not logged this. Whoa, that is that much? Okay, I'm glad I have not had anything else. Ooh, you can see like a film forming on this from the fruit trigger. Interesting. I wonder what's up with that. Ooh, you could see the health app, or the health apps I use. Ooh, you can't even see my chart. Woo! You can see my Fitness Pal, which I don't use because I have Macro Factor, Jeff Nippard. I use Lift Off, and the two apps to get into the gyms because I have two gym memberships. Ooh, I'm fiscally irresponsible. I need to log my weight on my scale. I keep forgetting to do that. Ooh, fiscal irresponsibility. Why is this thing open? I know why that's open. It's because I took the micro SD card out. Um, Aesthetic camera placement. Am I right, chat? I'm sure that's what y'all are here for. Is the aesthetic Fujifilm Mini Evo and the Canon PowerShot. I did not do enough photography really on Legos. Yes, Koi, that's what we're here for. We're here for Legos. We gotta see, where did we leave off? About right there. We got the L finished before we went on vacation. Um, as you can see in the bottom right, we have a beautiful, where's my hand supposed to go? Beautiful representation of what this thing should look like, IRL. So we finished up that. Means we move on to the E, which is in fact bag 3. Don't we love the crinkle? Do not eat plastic. Okay, listen. I know we all have microplastics inside of us at this point, but that is not reason for us to go ahead and have macroplastics. Okay? I forget that Stream Elements does that now. No! I cannot stop you, but I highly recommend against it. But if you do, at least let us know. Does the red taste like cherry, and what does the blue taste like? I love the crinkle sound of. I actually think I've got that mostly tuned out on the microphone to the point where it's not terrible. I've not eaten Lego before. No. Yeah, okay, hold on. I haven't eaten Legos, but I think a universal experience we've all had is using our teeth to get the Legos apart. Because this thing does not do crap when you have those third tall Legos. It doesn't do nothing for those. So I've tasted Legos. I've not eaten Legos. This mouse needs to go away. Chat, we all having a good New Year's, a good start to the New Year's, hopefully. That's the wrong piece. My hands are lotioned up, so now I'm dropping all of the Legos. Is this the right size one? One, two, yeah, it looks like it. I hope it is. Else this is gonna be real annoying real quick. Can't actually see the thing because that's over top of it. We get half the instructions. I have not opened up Scrap Mechanic in forever, BPK. I'm gonna be real. I haven't even worked on any of the projects. I had like 4 projects going, and I just suddenly one day woke up and I just burned out. And I haven't touched Scrap Mechanic since. is like what happened last time. Not the first time that I've run myself ragged on Scrap Mechanic, trying to do too much with it. They are fun. Um, I could make them so much better, probably, and I absolutely should, because I know so many people enjoyed them. Oh, no, that is okay. I'm stupid. I thought this was being. I thought these were flush. I didn't see the one overhang here. Where's that flat piece? There it is. The aesthetic cameras are taking up valuable desk space. They may need to go away. They're crowding me. I started making a tile. I was working on two tiles. Um, yeah, even that I haven't worked on. I kind of burned myself out, like, wholesale from all the work I was doing. Like, the photo down here was a part of a project that I was doing. Um, a photography project, personal thing. But I was working 50-hour weeks. On top of that, I think I ended up pulling at least 40 hours on this photography video project. I com- I mean 90 hours a week, and I was spending 30 minutes to an hour in the gym every day. So add on an extra, 5 hours of gym work. I was beat. It was absolutely worth it though. Absolutely. I do not regret it. I love the end product. I think it turned out wonderful. Ah, this goes up here. That's not the right thing. What am I doing wrong here? That's why. That was too far down. Maybe? Hold on. I'm skipping steps here. Yeah, I'm not very good at preventing myself from having burnout BPK. It is a product of my own downfall, or my product of my own doing, and it is my own downfall that I actively create. That was mm, that was in November. That's when that happened. I'm pretty sure that's when I had been pretty good about through August and September streaming. Then November hit. October I'd been a little I'd fallen off a little bit with consistency. November hit and I don't think I streamed at all in November. I was going. Need to not do that. But how y'all been? Like I said earlier, is everyone are we having a good New Year's? We have a good Christmas, good holiday season, a lot of celebrations happening around the world. This looks like an F, even though no, it's not. Just looks like it. Ooh, that's the long one. Mm, a very boring story. I mean, boring's not always bad. Sometimes being able to relax can be an enjoyable thing. Let's see. Music does everyone listen to as well? I'm not adding it to the stream. I'm just curious. As we chill out here, this part confused me last time. It's a picture book, and I can't even do that. There we go. Oh yeah, Spotify Rap did drop. Was our raps good? Did we like our Spotify raps? Think they were accurate this time, unlike last year? Last year Spotify was that was a mess. Everything going on with that. Ah, no. Apparently the E agrees. That's too long. I was wondering what the song was on my playlist. It's one of my new ones that I added to it. I did not recognize that opening. They are very revealing. I'm just jumping ahead again. I found very much that I don't listen to albums when I was looking at my rap this year, because there were some that I think I listened to for maybe 2 weeks, and that was maybe not even 2 weeks, maybe a few days, and they were appearing in my top albums. Meanwhile, I'm not sure my top artist. I don't think I listened to an album at all from them. They didn't make any appearances there. Okay, that looks right. I kind of jumped around here, so I'm concerned that I could have ended up putting something in the wrong spot. That does not meet flush. That meets on the corner. Yeah, it's just I have a habit of I'll sometimes just listen to one song on repeat. Um, yeah, I'll listen to one song on repeat for days at a time. My friends call me, see, you get it. My friends call me psychotic with the way that I listen to music. I always have to just like, kind of have something happening in the background. And so when something fits a vibe, that's just the song that I'll play. Sometimes it's, if I'm driving, it's Eurobeat. You have a hard time finding songs. Yeah, people tell me to try and use Spotify Radio. It's always hit or miss. Spotify Radio. A lot of the times, just like playing one song and then letting that run seems to have a better effect, or like better chance of finding good songs that are similar to it than the actual radio. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't use DJX much. I've tried the radios quite a few times. I've just ended up finding it's easier to either just ask friends. I forgot to put this little One Piece here. The One Piece is real. Uh, I'll either ask friends or straight up search for music. Something that has helped is kind of like keeping up with there's a couple pages you can find on like Instagram or something that'll be like finding artists under 1,000 monthly listeners, something like that, or 100 monthly listeners. And it's a good way to add music to um repertoire, your genre, I don't know, your library. That's the word. That was how I ended up finding there's a artist lyrics with two eyes, I believe, on Spotify. Cascada is such a wonderful song. Wonderful song. Um, it's incredible. Like, I do think it's just a wonderful piece of music. It's very well put together. And it's sort of along the like lo-fi radio stuff that I love a lot of. And it can be so hard to find. It's about what I would expect to hear on like a Cyberpunk 2077, but a lo-fi radio from them. It fills that niche. Here it is. I was looking for this piece. That is not sitting flush. Where did I miss that? Right here. Completely missed adding this piece onto this. Again, you'd think with the instructions printed out in front of me, I wouldn't miss things, but as I'm working right on top of the instructions, I tend to miss quite a few things. Remember from last time being concerned about when I started off, being concerned about the lack of connecting bits on the back plate, but the L definitely. Look at how freaking thick this thing is. It doesn't matter how few like connecting bits are on this back plate. They layer over each other so many times. It'll hold. Now my fat fingers can't grab that. I was being a bit nitpicky with it as well last time, talking about, oh, if you look, this part should be blue based off of the. So they're gonna connect together. Um, I think kind of like that. They'll meet together like this, which is why this side isn't being built up. That's gonna be covered partially by that. And also on the bottom, you'll see this is gonna kind of snap onto the V like that. But yeah, that looks like that'll meet up pretty well. I'm just curious about what's going to go into this space here. But we will see. I don't think we'll finish. I don't know if we'll even get close to finishing this tonight. I'll at least get the E done. That's for certain. Haven't played any games since I got back from vacation, so I would definitely like to look at playing something. Maybe Helldivers. Just something to relax to. And I don't feel like taking apart this setup and putting it back on my monitor. I had spent so long cleaning up the wiring behind. Yeah, one stream per letter. It's like a One Piece pacing stream. Gotta stretch it out. Yeah, onto bag 4. They're right back here. They're way off behind me. So loud. No need for plastic. Yeah. Leave the letters separated. Then short 15-minute stream of just clicking it all together. Make the shape. I'll have to make space on the shelf back over there. I mean, there's currently not because the coffee maker and the coffee's on there, and I need to get more frames for my photos and stuff. I have a ton of cool art that I just have not. I've not gotten this stuff hung. Um, like I need a very unique. It's like 8 by 20 for this piece. I think this is 11 by something, maybe. It looks a little bit bigger than that. Maybe 11 by 18. This one, again, same size, just turned. Then I've got old art pieces that I've done. I did this one for school. It was like recreate your mind. And so I created a whole mess in the room to try and display that. I've got little film prints that come out of this camera. These are all wallet size, so that's where those end up living. I have a whole photography book I had to do for school. Everything is purposefully out of focus until the end. And then I've got all these little prints that I've done, which I've noticed everything ends up being a little bit darker than I think it's going to be. I really like this one. One of the bike officers ran over a Surfside can and popped it right in front of me. Actually, I didn't get it on video, but I got me turning to it on video. This day was great. I loved that day. Going down Broad Street with the Lombardi. No, well, when I was in school, I didn't finish. I found a job and quickly hopped onto it just because I had been unable to get one at some of the other spots that I'd reached out to. So now I'm an AVL integrator. Photography was a part of interactive multimedia, but it was not my focus. My focus was more in manufacturing. So, like, I built these. This was not hard, obviously. I just cut a piece of wood and got this design, and I just laser printed them on there. But I did that for a whole bunch of other people. Um, what's his face? The good old statement, what's his face? Put that on a hat. Put it on a shirt. Where was I going with that? Oh, I do photography more now. Like, just as a hobby. I felt something fall. Was that just a button? I think it was. Let me see if I can find the Instagram page. But yeah, like I do a lot more just straight photography as a hobby. Yeah. I mean, this is not the best way to show it. But yeah, I like going out and shooting some stuff. It's relaxing. I didn't get to do as much of it this trip as I wanted to, mostly due to the fact that I just spent so much more time with friends. Um, I just did not have time to shoot like I did on my first one. Yeah, you've seen a lot of them in stream. I've done work on them. Let's see. Got to spread these out a little bit so I can actually see everything. Trying to think which ones I've done on stream. I know I've done the cars on stream. The car show was definitely a stream. Maybe I've done fireworks on stream. I don't know. Fireworks. Yeah, I don't think I've edited any others on stream. I'd have to go back and look. Hmm. Where's that? There's the three. Skipping steps again. Keep doing it. This three. This one. That looks like that one's done. Hopefully it is, else I'll have to try and figure things out again. Boy, you got any I know you said that things were starting off boring, but you got any plans for? Yes, it is E. You got anything exciting coming up? Any vacations? Obviously, don't. This is the internet. Don't say exactly what your plans are. Be smart. But you having any fun? Huh? I'm wondering what the Ha's to. Graduating high school this year. Congrats on that. Hey, graduating high school is a much bigger thing than we like to think it is. I know it's kind of expected from all of us, but it's still an achievement that you should be proud of yourself for completing. Mm. Oh, we're on to adding the finish on these. Trust me, I didn't really think it was either when I was graduating, but looking back on it, it's definitely something to be proud of. That's definitely not it. There we go. Yeah. Did you get anything exciting for Christmas? on a probably much easier to continue conversing about other than just, yeah, be proud about high school. Just, gifts. Ah, you've got a birthday close to Christmas. Okay. I have multiple family members like that. It's always fun when you're not great at getting gifts without the pressure of Christmas being right around the corner. And you got to figure out something for both Christmas and their birthday. So it's calling for these to go together now. And we joked about doing them on a separate stream, but I would like to build this in the way they say. Prevent myself from getting pieces missing and anything like that. If I could just get that to attach. No, it does not want to. Apparently I'm missing a piece here. I said it. It's gonna have a piece missing somewhere. Need that one there. Now we can toss that back on. Connect that. Squish it down with this piece. That is a tight fit. That adds some rigidity to that. I'm guessing these final pieces just clean it up, but they also should help pin it in a little bit. Woo. Yes, they did collapse, but no longer. It's got more than one piece holding it together now. So the L, the E are done. Looks like the V won't connect. That'll just connect onto the bottom. And the O is just going to connect right on down into that piece. I feel like I've played Lego Technic. I'm not sure. If I played it, it was just a demo at like a Target, something like that. Probably on like the Nintendo Switch. Which I do have one now, so I could do that. Unless you mean is Technic the game, or is that the other like big kid Lego sets? Because if that's the case, it's the other form of Legos, so it's this one. So it'd be this. Yeah, I have a few of these. I have it's this one, and I have a NASCAR, the Chevy Camaro. This literally sits on top of my PC. Probably not great for airflow, um, but it freaking looks cool. So, just kind of let it sit there. Your cat sits on top of you. That's definitely not good for airflow. But they just want to be anywhere warm. I'd like to get a cat at some point. I've helped raise a few. I miss the little dickheads that they are. I prefer them much prefer them over dogs. Nothing against dogs, but cats have an attitude, and it's so funny. Um, do I have a? No, I don't have a file explorer open. Let's open one up. Pictures. Trying to think. Yeah. They'll go away when they don't want anything, it feels like. Or they go away more often, is probably what it is. Oh my god, I forgot I made that. Not putting that up there. Not putting that up there. It's old thumbnails. Some that I forgot I made and then scrapped. I wanted to. Yeah, there it is. Alright. I think I have a photo of underneath the Love Park sign somewhere. Because it's like this thing's just right next to City Hall. No, nothing there. It's in Lightroom. I don't think I ever edited that one. Or at least I didn't move it to here. Yeah, I don't see that thing anywhere. It's not where it should be at the very least. Nope, not putting that one up there. Nada. Nada. I'm disappointed that the Flyers were on and away on a road trip the whole time. Did I edit this one on stream? I don't know if I did. I was just on a boat or getting ready to go off fishing, and these guys, I'm assuming people probably feed them, and that's why they were so comfortable getting so close to the boats. I mean, they rocked up. I had a 50 mil lens on, 35 to 50. It's an APS lens though, so it's probably closer to 70 when it's all said and done. Yeah, that stream was definitely all cars. All like the black GT that I've got here and these guys from the car show. There was some beautiful cars at that car show, along with some that I just never heard of, like GT90, one off, um, not a production car, prototype. Didn't know that thing existed. Just randomly at this car show. Really neat, a lot of the stuff that I was able to see. Yeah, it is just about 12 o'clock. 45-minute stream, not bad. We're working back into it. We'll find out how to stay funny if we ever are funny for more than 30 minutes at a time. I'm sure my public speaking professor would be disappointed with how many ahs and ums I most likely used throughout the streams again as I get back into it. Even when I'm practiced, I use a lot of them. It takes genuine attention to not use those filler words. Just like the what's its face. That's like an ah and an for me. But that'll be it. Aston Martin Sprite 1960. Let's look that up before we leave. That's an interesting car. That looks more like an Austin Healey, what I'm looking at. I know those headlights. That's like an Austin Healey. Are you thinking of the Austin Healey Sprite Mark 1? I don't think there's an Aston Martin Sprite. Actually, I did. Pictures, finished photos, cars. That's the wrong one. I'm gonna have to open up Lightroom to find that. If I recall correctly, actually, why am I doing that? I have, well, I'm already here. Car show. Please come back. I cannot see the center of my screen. Where is it? So on day 2. This is all day 1. There it is. It looks very similar to this car. Triumph. So I guess older British car still. There was a ton of these guys. Old Shelbys or replica Shelbys. They were all over at this car show. I got a couple shots that looked like they were straight out of a video game. Is what I kind of felt like. Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting. It very much looks squished. Kind of like a frog. Where is those photos of the GT? There it is. Of course, it's a wide shot, so it won't actually show up. Yeah, it definitely looks like a frog or toad. I don't really know which. Maybe a toad. I feel like a frog would. Well, toad would be a bit stockier. Filters. Let me hide that real quick. There we go. That shot, I kind of look at this one and I'm like, dang, I took that on my camera? I'm impressed by it. There's not too much noise for what this camera is. I mean, to be fair, it was bright out this day. There was so much light for my camera to use. I'm excited to be getting a new camera though. That is for sure. I will still have found use for this thing when I get the chance, but once I get, I'm going to a Fujifilm XM5. So that'll move me off of. I can keep getting some DSLR lenses for the Canon, but I want to move over to the Fuji line after playing around with this guy. I very much like them. I've seen some of the photos my buddy's taken, which Chris, don't hate me, but I'm gonna put that on stream. He'll never know. He'll never know. If I can find them somewhere in our messages. There's him calling me a cornball. Yep, him calling me a cornball again. Me telling him to eat his calluses. Talking about the gym. Miku. Fish. Miku. Oh my god, why did we talk about Miku so much? More gym stuff. More Miku. Ah, here we go. There we go. That's some of his shots that he's taken from, or one of his shots from his trips to Japan. Let's see, he's got, nope, it's the same one that's on screen. That was the finished product there. Open link. There's this one too. Yeah, he spent mad money on an X105, and the thing takes stupid photos for him. Like, it's crazy impressive. We were talking about I was showing him where to add light and stuff because I've gotten very good at BSing that. So that's what all of this is for. He sent the image and I'm out here drawing it all together, being like, you gotta add it this way, linear gradients and stuff like that. Fun times. It's good to be able to have people to talk about with this stuff. More gym stuff. Me calling him whimsical. More gym stuff. More gym stuff. I need to cut. Oh my word. I put on weight. I know I did. But yeah. Alright. The stream is telling me that it has like negative kilobytes per second, so I'm gonna say that's when we end it. Drop 39% of frames? What in the world? Why am I dropping so many frames? I need to get an Ethernet connection, but that means I need to run a cat line from directly from the router up in the ceiling, and I have to put a hole in the wall if I'm gonna do that. I don't want to do that. That's what I do at my job. That's annoying. I don't want to walk in my attic and risk falling down. But I'm going to have to do that. Alright, Koi, thanks for hanging out today. We'll work on the V at some point. Maybe I'll even say ahead of time when I'm gonna do it. Oh, this trip. Put a post out on this too. I should have found a way to record it. I went to an arcade while I was on vacation. And there's one game in the Halo franchise, because I need to jump back into doing the marathon. One game that I could not play. That is Halo Alpha Team, or something like that. I gotta look it up. Search. Fireteam Raven. Nope. Not Fireteam Raven. It is this thing. No, it is Fireteam Raven. Yeah. I had known one spot where I could play this. Um, but unfortunately that arcade burned down. And so I could not go back there. The new arcade that I went to, it was just a Dave and Buster's. The Dave and Buster's I went to had it. I spent so much fucking money on a card to be able to play this game to the point where I could beat it even if I was just by myself. This is a Combat Evolved storyline. You start off, you know, I think you start off on the Autumn, you get down onto the ring, and you're basically playing as 4 ODST on the ring trying to survive. You go through a couple missions, you're fighting things. By the end of the story, you go on a suicide mission. This is a one-way mission right next to the Pillar of Autumn. You are fighting off hordes and waves of Covenant as the Master Chief blows up the Pillar of Autumn. It ends, the entire team dies as the Pillar of Autumn blows up right next to them. I highly recommend, if maybe there's a YouTube video out there that someone has on the whole thing. You can see from here, it looks like they're on the Pillar of Autumn. You can see some gameplay here. Using Lego Builder app? No. I have instructions, but you're late. You're late, Astro. We're about to end the stream. We're just talking about freaking Halo right now and how I beat the one game. You have to? Brother. Why would I do that when I have this thing? I have the book. In fact, I have both books. Your mom is so cool. Freaking got him. Tracks time and metrics, tracks you. Go track your time and metrics and get in the gym instead of playing Unk Raiders and not being able to because your PC stinks. Yeah, it got. That's crazy. You know what's crazy is you're gonna hop on Rocket League and we're not gonna have fun tonight, okay? Go ahead and download that thing right now. You thought that you were gonna have a relaxing night? Nah, we're gonna go play Snow Day. You wanna enjoy it? You literally are here as we were about to end, and I was just describing how I managed to finally play Fireteam Raven at the Dave and Buster's down off 42. This is the one Halo game that I did not think I was going to be able to play through the marathon, and I should have recorded the whole thing. I spent so much money trying to beat this game. It's so much fun, though. It really is. All right. Next time we'll work on, yeah, the L and the E connect together. Then the V will snap onto here on the bottom side of the L. And the O will snap in right here. Don't mind me doing things to my Lego set. You know, you could have just called me, right? You decided instead to take the most inconvenient way to communicate with me. Lego One Piece Baratie when I have one, support the streams. Oh yes, send me money. uh, yeah, we talked about 7 days. When are we doing that? When are we playing 7 days again? There's probably been 5,000 updates to that freaking game since we last played it. No, you can't. I'm not at the point where you can do that. I think that's at 50 followers that someone can send stuff. So we're 19 off. I think that's how that works. It's like you gotta have a certain amount of followers and you have to stream a certain amount. Yeah. Dude, they're great. Like, what I should do is just get the little, like, flower sets. I could build those in one stream. With big sets like this that take me an hour to do just one of these. Took me, I did the L before I went on vacation. I just did the E tonight, and each one of those, I think I did this in 45 minutes. Yeah, the botanicals are hype. Did they drop the gem set, geological set, whatever that was? The amethyst looked really cool when I saw that one. They've got the stone set, yeah. Those ones look pretty cool. I like all the architecture sets. We all know I like anything cherry blossom. I got Tranquil Gardens. I got Lego Game Boy's hype. I should get the Lego Polaroid. I feel like that one fits. Oh yeah, listen to the my word. That's about what my knee sounded like. Lego Game Boy's only 50? Yeah, you need to get that. Maybe you should stream. Oh, Polaroid's 50? Nah, there's no shot Polaroid's 50. Hold on. Oh my god, it is only 63. I know what I'm going to get tomorrow. No, I should not be going to get that. It's in the Discord. You're in the Discord. There ain't shit in the Discord. What are you talking about? You know what there is in the Discord? Me asking you if you tried launching it 2 weeks ago. Oh my god, this guy's talking about like it's recent. 2 weeks ago? That was last year, buddy. Get with the times. This guy. Making me scroll up. I got no clue where it even is. Let me search up Lego. Let's see. Bro's talking about his BPM went up when he built the poinsettia. There ain't no Polaroid in this. Polaroid. Where is this man talking about? There it is. He didn't even talk about it. That's the Game Boy. Not the Polaroid. Bro's tripping on his sets. He doesn't know what he's talking. Yeah, you built the Game Boy, and you were talking about no, the Polaroid's 50. Ah, no, I'm actually just stupid. I missed you said I rebuilt the Game Boy. That's where it comes from. Blaming your ass because I can't read. To be fair, that's par for the course for me. Woo! 12 a.m. coffee. Am I right? Sounds like I'm taking a piss or something. I actually do need to end the stream. I do have an entire coffee pot just chilling in my room. It is literally right over there. You've known I've had a coffee pot. I've told you. And you've called me crazy for it before. Would you expect anything less from me? This is the guy who has an entire coffee keyboard that I still need to get those other switches for that smell like coffee. I have coffee switches in there. Where do I put my Lego pieces? Just right here. Bro, the shit just spreads out. No, shiny applet took a fall. I only open up one bag at a time. Like, literally, just. I'll take this, move it off to the side. I'll put the page right here. I do this. Yeah, unfortunately, I have like a keyboard, I have a tripod and a camera. I've got cameras that I placed here because they're aesthetic. $791. It's not too big of a set. Not really. I mean, it's just a lot of stacking. The curves are probably the most complex part here, just with how they're built and stacked together, everything like that. There's more than quite a few T's on it. It'll be interesting when we get to building the V and the O, how they look connected together. I should actually like this little window down here is meant for the actual love sign photo that I have. Instead, it was just being used as a makeshift. Let's look at Lightroom page. Oh my goodness, I'm tired. I need to go play something before I go to bed. Have I played anything? I haven't played any Helldivers. I might have launched balloons. That's it. I mean, to be fair, I only got back on Thursday, and it's only Saturday. So, it's not like I've had a ton of time. I've not played Microsoft Flight Sim. I don't have Microsoft Flight Sim. I would have to download that, and it's like 150 freaking gigs. Something like that. I didn't realize my microphone was cut out over there. It's only 50 gigs, so that's not that big. But I'm like, why am I even talking about it with you? I'm not playing it on stream. I'm gonna play this so that way I can enjoy it. Whatever it ends up being. Oh my word, I'm going to bed. Alright. See you boys. Kool-Aid, thanks for hanging out. BPK was in here earlier. BPK. Ace the Great. Don't eat plastic, please. Astro. Go download Rocket League or something. I don't know.